Hello everyone, this is May Salatini from Relief International. This video is supported and financed by the American government to help the children and Tawjih students. Let's start our lesson today. It's about the comparative and the superlative in our student book, page number 57 and 58 for 7th grade. Let's start our lesson. In this slide, I want to remind you about the comparative adjectives and how can we compare between two things, okay? Let's start with the word that has one syllable. These are some examples like big, it becomes bigger, and we should add than, bigger than, smaller than, nicer than, taller than, shorter than, stronger than, weaker than, and longer than, okay? But about the words that contains two syllables and ending with the letters Y, we change Y to I and add ER, like here we have the form IER and than. Easier than, busier than, prettier than, heavier than, funnier than, smaller than, happier than, and friendlier than, okay? So here we have two or more syllables. So the words that contains more than two syllables, we have the form, we adding more, and then we put the adjective as it is, and we add than. So it becomes like a beautiful, more beautiful than, more dangerous than, more intelligent than, more understanding than, more complex than, more interesting than, more difficult than, more frustrating than. Let's move to the other slide. Here we have exercise number 4 and number 5 from your student book, page number 57. Let's start with number 4. Compare the two books and the photos. Use the adjectives in the list to write. Okay, we have two pictures here. The first one, the encyclopedia, اللي هو المعجم, and we have a storybook. Okay, so we have two things we should compare between them using these adjectives. بدنا نستخدم هدول الصفات اللي موجودين عنا. Let's read them together. Big, small, thick, famous, old, and colorful, okay? And we have here in the green rectangle an example for this sentence. عنا هون مثال عشان احنا نعمل زيه. The encyclopedia is bigger than the book, okay? Like you see here, we have the encyclopedia book is bigger than the storybook, okay? So let's start writing the same way in our sentence using بدنا نستخدم الصفات اللي موجودين. ناخد الصفة اللي هي small زي ما انتو شايفين هون on the right of the slide. عنا sentence number 1. The book is smaller than, so we should add ER for the adjective and then we write than. بدنا نضيف على الصفة ER وبعديها نكتب الthan. The book is smaller than the encyclopedia. Number 2, the encyclopedia is thicker than. So we have thick عنا الصفة بدها تصير thicker than. Okay. Number 3, the encyclopedia is more famous. Why we add more before famous? لأنه famous عنا أكتر من مقطع. It's 2 syllables. Okay. So عنا بدنا نضيف للصفة اللي أكتر من مقطع more قبلها وبدنا نحط than بعدها. Is more famous than the book. The encyclopedia is older than. What we did here, شو عملنا؟ ضفنا ER للold وحطينا than. So it becomes older than the book. Number 5, the book is more colorful than the encyclopedia. Okay? So عنا هون الادجective colorful والcolorful هو متكون من أكتر من 2 syllables. So we add more before the adjective and we write than. It becomes the book is more colorful than the encyclopedia. Let's move to exercise number 5. We have here a dialogue. Okay, we should complete the dialogue with the correct form of the adjectives in the brackets. عنا بين الأقواس في adjectives صفات وبدنا إحنا نستخدمهم ونصححهم بشكل صحيح بالجملة. Okay, let's start with number 1. I saw one of the parrot story on TV yesterday. Fatima: Parrot? I don't like him. I only love Miss Marple. Raed: Miss Marple, that boring old lady. Fatima: She is boring in any case. She is. Number 1, we have between the brackets boring. What should become boring? شو بدنا نعمل فيها الصفة هاي عشان تصير فيها. So عنا الإجابة هون بدها تكون less boring. Okay, number 1 less boring than parrot. Number 2 she is intelligent. عنا intelligent كمان هي less intelligent than Sherlock Holmes. Holmes and parrot are. Number 3 عنا logical اللي هي الادجكتيف شو بدها تصير more logical. Excellent, so more logical. ليش احنا بنحط هون less و more؟ because الادجكتيفز بتكونوا من أكتر من مقطع. اوكي عشان هيك احنا بنحط more أو less before it. Okay, let's move to number 4. We have professional. Professional كمان adjective تتكون من أكتر من مقطع, so it becomes more professional than Miss Marple. Let's move to number 5. Maybe, but she's number 5 old. old شو بدها تصير؟ لأنها هي عبارة عن one syllable مقطع واحد, بس بدنا نحط she is older. okay, كمان عنا number 6 wise. هاي صفة تتكون من مقطع واحد one syllable. That's why we should just add number for number 6 اللي هو حرف الR, لأنه already عنا E بآخر الصفة wise, so it becomes wiser. wiser than. okay, wiser than them. The last one, number 7, عنا الادجective interesting. interesting كمان it more than two syllables, so it becomes more interesting. more interesting. Here we have exercise number 7 from your student books, page number 55. Okay, complete the text by the new detective Samir. Use the comparative form of the adjectives from the list. عنا هون مجموعة من الصفات نبلش نقرأها. courageous اللي هو شجاع. patient صبور. logical منطقي أو عقلاني. intelligent ذكي. hard صعب. اوكي هدول بدنا نعمل إلهم مقارنة بالجمل اللي تحت عنا 1 2 3 4 5 موجودين طبعا حلهم عنا on the right of the slide. الحل الصح بتقدروا ترجعوا لهم. Let's start. Hello, I am Samir. I finally passed the test and became a real detective. But Joe didn't. It wasn't so easy. In fact, it was what? Number 1. harder. Excellent. It was harder. hard بدها تصير harder than we expected. I was number 2 than Joe and didn't give up thinking about the solutions of different problems. Okay, number 2 هلأ شو بدها تصير عنا؟ excellent. So more patient. Okay, number 3, the head detective said that I was than Joe since all solution I suggested made perfect sense. Number 3 شو حلها عنا number 3؟ excellent. more logical. Okay, let's move to number 4. Although Joe is than I am, he couldn't solve all the problems. عنا number 4 excellent. the most famous. excellent. Okay, yes, excellent. It's more intelligent. number 4 more intelligent. Okay, عنا the last one number 5. I think he was a bit scared of failing. I was number 5 wonderful. more courageous أكثر شجاعة. okay هلا ننتقل على exercise number 8. بنحكي عن السوبرلاتيف. هلا السوبرلاتيف بتختلف عن الكومبارلاتيف اللي هو لازم نضيف بآخر الصفة EST، هدول الثلاث حروف، وبدنا قبلها نحط اللي هو الارتكل ذا. اوكي، عندنا exercise number 8 complete this table with the superlative form of the adjectives. this gonna be your homework. طبعا الحل موجود، قبل ما ترجعوا للحل حاولوا حلوهم انتوا لحالكم. it's so easy. امشوا على المثال اللي عندنا adjective، عندنا اول اشي اللي هي الصفة، وبعدين الكومبارلاتيف كيف بدك تعمل comparative، كيف بدك تعمل مقارنة لهاي الصفة، وكيف بدك تحولها لتفضيل superlative. ناخذ مثال بس لانه نوضح. هلا الادجكتيف عندنا old بده يصير بالمقارنة الكومباراتيف older، بده يصير بالتفضيل السوبرلاتيف the oldest. شفتوا الفرق شو عملنا؟ الصفة بالتفضيل حطينا لها est وقبليها ذا، وبالمقارنة بس ضفنا لها er. نفس الشيء بدك تمشي على الصفات اللي موجودين، طبعا بأخذ بعين الاعتبار انه في one syllable وفي more than one syllable two syllables ممكن يكونوا. تمام، ننتقل هلا سؤال number 9. عندك read the solution and decide which of the two sentences A or B is correct. بدك تقرأ كل فقرة وبدك تحدد شو الإجابة الصح، يا A يا B. exercise number 1 Sherlock Holmes is a very well-known character. شو الصح عنا؟ A he is the more famous detective of all time، ولا he is the most famous detective of all time. which is correct? Excellent A. He is the most excellent, the most B, the most famous detective of all time. Number 2 Parrot was an arrogant man. Okay, عنا he thought he was the better detective in the world، ولا B he thought he was the best detective in the world. Excellent, number B, so 2 with B. Number 3 Holmes and Parrot are younger than Miss Marple. which is correct, A or B? A Miss Marple is the most old detective، ولا B Miss Marple is the oldest detective. Excellent, B, so 3 with B. Number 4 we have everyone loved Miss Marple. She became the most popular detective in history, or B she became the more popular detective in history. Which one is correct? Excellent, so 4 with A she became the most popular detective in history. Okay, so now we reach the end of this video. Thank you for watching us.